we shall never know peace. At least when it comes to the WNBA space. It was this ad that Angel put out. And I don't know if this is part of a larger campaign where it's going to be similar themes in similar places, but because of where the WNBA All-Star game is, and because of who plays on the Indiana Fever in the home city of the WNBA All-Star game, it's going to raise some eyebrows.
Angel Reese stepped forward like the spotlight was hers, to command only to realize the glow had faded. The crowd had moved on, and the curtain had already dropped. The real kicker. She genuinely believed she could bottle Caitlin Clark brilliance, not through her own merit or game-changing charm, but by orbiting close enough to catch some of the shine. As if proximity to greatness could ever substitute for being great yourself. Drop a comment, baby goat or baby giraffe, if you're rolling. With CC, make it known.
Angel, me bound, pray up, Reese. You only relevant because you keep bringing up my precious CC. You want to pull up with your billboard Reebok ad in Indiana talking about you in her trap. Man, stop it. You out of there. You hear me? My precious CC don't be in no trap. Real talk. You hear me? At the end of the day, she don't do those type of things. Yes. You hear me? Don't put that with her name at the end of the day. If you be in a trap, that's your business. You hear me? Whatever the case may be, that ain't nothing to be proud of.
The 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend was supposed to be Angel Reese's big coming out party.
The 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend was billed as Angel Reese's grand arrival of the moment she'd break free from Caitlin Clark's shadow and claim the spotlight for herself. At least that was the narrative she clung to. With a Reebok signature shoe ready to drop, a flashy I'm in your city campaign in full swing, and plans to flip Indianapolis Clark's home turf into her personal state. Everything seemed perfectly aligned. On paper, it was bold. In execution, it fell flat. Because here's the truth. Charisma can't be manufactured, and no amount of branding can mask the fact that chasing someone else's glow will never light your own path.
Here, everyone with credit card debt is lining up to get the Angel Reese signature shoe. Here, it gives you the power of the me-bound. Bang! Again! Burn! Will she save it? No! What everyone's paid to see, the Angel Reese rebound. Bang! Kelsey Plum makes the shot, she'll get more money. Bang! We show up and show out for our rebounding queen. Yes! Bang. I love rebounds. Yes!
Hey, Jimmy, did you see that last rebound? It was so sick.
Yes, she did it again. Rebound.
Let's talk about the sneaker in the room, Angel Reese's much-hyped Reebok debut, the Angel Reese 1, dropping in 2 colorways, Diamond Dust and Me Bounce. It was marketed as the next evolution in women's basketball footwear. Reebok went in blanketing the All-Star Weekend with ads and strategically timing the Me Bounce release for maximum buzz. But here's the catch: visibility isn't the same as impact. And when your spotlight moment misfires, all that exposure just ends up highlighting the silence that followed.
Literally, debut. It's got to be when she plays Caitlin Clark. So they obviously ended up debuting at All-Star Weekend because Caitlin didn't play when they were in Chicago, and Caitlin didn't play, or Caitlin's not playing in this game, so they're debuting at All-Star Weekend. The plan was to literally go and use Caitlin Clark for the launch of it.
At the core of Reese's entire strategy was one bold and ultimately misguided belief: that Caitlin Clark's all-star presence would draw a massive audience, and that audience would naturally fuel her own success. Instead of winning fans through her own spark, she banked on borrowed attention. The goal wasn't to compete with Clark or surpass her, which to coast on the gravitational pull of someone who already owns the spotlight. In short, she didn't try to lead the moment. She tried to ride its momentum.
It's one of those things where it's like it's very clear that one side is absolutely trying to milk whatever rivalry there is. Whatever rivalry there is, it is one side trying to do everything they can to keep it together, because that is where they're going to be at their most relevant.
But fate rewrote the script just before the All-Star break. Caitlin Clark was sidelined by a groin injury, reduced to a spectator in street clothes. And with her absence, the WNBA lost its most valuable asset, its main attraction. Clark isn't just a player. She's a walking headline. The kind who can turn a routine midweek matchup in a quiet arena into a must-watch spectacle. Without her in uniform, the energy drained, and the buzz vanished almost instantly.
But there is the part of me that's like, is this really necessary? And shouldn't Angel Reese be able to market herself at this point without invoking or even, insinuating some sort of attachment to Caitlin Clark? Because if I'm being honest about it, you know, people say that moment, and that moment was huge. It will live forever. That moment will live forever. But Caitlin Clark was on this trajectory already. And if anyone has benefited more from the attachment, at least from an attention standpoint.
And the numbers hold a harsh truth. In 2024, when Clark suited up for the All-Star game, it wasn't just a basketball event, it was a cultural wave, drawing a record-breaking 3.44 million viewers. Fast forward to 2025, and with Clark sidelined, those numbers collapsed to 2.19 million, a jaw-dropping 36% plunge. The most brutal part, this all unfolded in Indianapolis. Clark's home turf, an entire weekend engineered to harness her star power, came undone the moment she was forced to. Watch from the sidelines.
So the WNBA's All-Star game went down 36%. That is a lot. That's more than a third from last year. Last year was over 3.4 million people, and it went down to 2.1. Now, you could say is a success. Yeah, for women's sport, that is still a lot of people. But at the same time, it really isn't a success, because think about it. It's the only sport playing. It's the only game that's going. And you only could draw that. So, and this is with all the stars. Remember, guys.
Reese was left watching as her carefully crafted campaign crumbled in real time, its momentum vanishing alongside nearly half its anticipated impact. Not even scalpers could create demand where there was none. The truth was unavoidable. Fans weren't showing up for the All-Star weekend without the one name that truly mattered. Without Clark, the shine faded fast and Reese's moment slipped through her fingers.
But the WNBA All-Star game ratings have come out, and all I could think of right off the bat was 4 little letters. F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You bleep around and find out what this league looks like without Caitlin Clark being involved in your biggest events. Kathy Engelbert, this should be a perfect example of why you need to get your officiating cleaned up, and you need to have a talk with your players in the league.
Nothing captured the miscalculation more perfectly than Reese's tone deaf "I'm in your city" campaign. It was meant to be audacious, almost a declaration of dominance. Billboards and branding splashed across Indianapolis as if she were staking a claim in a kingdom that was never hers. But there was one glaring problem. Clark wasn't even playing. She couldn't defend her home court because injury had sidelined her. Instead of coming off as fearless, Reese looked like someone attempting to snatch a crown, while the rightful queen was momentarily a way more opportunist than conqueror.
Angel Reese All-Star Weekend Edition! How about it? Let's get it! Hey, you know what they say? 4 is more. Bang! Her loyal fans showed out in Indy, all 4 of them, and somebody's drunk uncle. Take a look at what unemployment looks like. Bang! What do you mean you didn't watch the All-Star game? You're telling me you have a social life? What? What's butter pecan mean? It's provocative. It gets the people going. Butter pecan!
The campaign blanketed the city billboards, digital ads, polished promo videos, all shouting declarations of dominance. Reese doubled down on Instagram with reels captioned "I'm in your city" and catchphrases like "walk in your trap," "take over your trap." It had all the swagger of a hostile takeover, except there was no one to challenge, no battle to win, just a loud performance staged in the absence of the very presence it was meant to rival.
You can barely dribble. You miss layups on purpose, and they record them as me-bounds. Rebounds. You be stat padding. You don't elevate your players. You went to a stacked LSU team. You hear me? My precious CC owns you. You want to know the record? She is 5-2 against you. You beat her in college one time. That championship. But what happened to the year after that? She sent you home. You hear me? And waved to your coach. You hear me? At the end of the day.
And fans saw right through it. Social media didn't just push back. Erupted. One tweet bluntly read, "She can't even sell her shoe without piggybacking off Caitlin Clark." Another jab, "More photographers than fans at this launch." Lol, the optics were brutal. It felt less like a triumph and more like someone throwing a victory parade after a forfeit. Trying to claim a win over someone who never stepped onto the court doesn't earn you respect. It just exposes how badly you needed the illusion of one.
WNBA All-Star Weekend is supposed to be the star of all stars. All the big dogs is out. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, everybody's out. The big dogs are out. You got the rookie, you got Angel Reese, Miss Me Too. All of the stars are here. And look at this news. The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star game in Indianapolis has dropped 48% from $121 to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing.
Angel Reese had the perfect setup for a breakout moment during All-Star weekend. She was in Indianapolis, positioned as the queen in waiting. Her signature Reebok shoe was dropping. The city was drenched in her image, billboards everywhere, a fully activated social media team, and a marketing campaign firing on all fronts. Everything was in place for a headline-making debut. But when the moment came, it landed with a thud, no real buzz. No crowd energy, just silence where the hype was supposed to be.
And sent a blatant message, a shot across thou bow. All right, and your ship, well, without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA and all their pay us what you owe us action, that action will sink. That action will sink. Woo! WNBA All-Star Game sees ratings drop without Caitlin Clark, and it's ugly. It's real ugly. Who is this?
The WNBA tried to soften the blow with a clever PR spin, pointing to the 2025 All-Star Weekend's 2.19 million viewers as a win compared to 2023, 850,000. But they deliberately sidestepped the glaring outlier 2024. When Caitlin Clark headlined and shattered records, the smokescreen didn't fool anyone. The message was clear. Without Clark, the league slipped right back into obscurity, back to niche status. And if you needed more evidence, just look at the Friday night numbers. The three-point contest and skills challenge drew 1.32 million viewers, double the previous year. But let's not kid ourselves, that wasn't the Angel Reese effect. That was the Caitlin Clark aftershock. Fans were still showing up, hoping for even a glimpse of the player who redefined the game.
There's no comparison between y'all two. You hear me? And she has a $28 million Nike deal. Nike is better than Reebok last time I checked. And Angel, me bound pray up Reese. Last time I checked, you said Indianapolis was racist and they was dangerous. Why did you show up? Because you could have just watched from the crib. You hear me? So let me tell you this. Please stop associating my precious Cece with the trap. She don't know what a trap is. At the end of the day, she might know what a rat trap or mouse trap is, okay? But anything else other than that, please do not. No. We not gonna do that.
Angel Reese's real misstep wasn't just unfortunate timing. It was a fundamental misunderstanding of what true star power is built on. She looked at Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise sold-out sneakers, a headline-making Nike deal, and non-stop media buzz, and assumed she could mirror the same success. When Clark's Nike Kobe 5 Protro drop vanished in under a minute and resale prices soared past $600 on a $190 retail tag, Reese saw a formula she thought she could copy. What she missed entirely is that Clark's influence isn't manufactured. It's not built on flashy marketing or surface-level hype. It's the product of years spent earning the trust of fans. Clark's brand resonates because of her on-court brilliance, her raw authenticity in interviews, her clutch performances, and a visible, unshakable love for the game. When Nike handed her an 8-tier $28 million contract, it wasn't just a deal, it was a calculated bet on a generational talent. Industry insiders project her upcoming signature shoe in 2026 could rake in $100, $150 million in revenue, and that estimate is grounded in hard numbers. Sold-out arenas, top-tier viewership, and a deep organic bond with fans. Now contrast that with Reese's All-Star Weekend release. The Angel Reese one dropped with all the noise Reebok could create, but the impact was barely a ripple. The buzz was thin, the reception lukewarm, and the rollout didn't feel confident. It felt desperate. Where Clark's presence moves market, Reese's attempt felt more like an imitation than an arrival.
So one of his genius decisions was this. Signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing the mark and like scampering back to get the ball and then shooting again real fast and it just doesn't come anywhere near the hoop. That is, if you haven't seen her play, that's what it is. Put that image here. That is.
Even Reebok's top brass seemed to grasp the uncomfortable reality. In the Netflix docuseries Power Moves featuring Shaquille O'Neal, a telling moment slipped through. Shaq was caught on camera saying Angel Reese needed to be dressed head in Reebok era, especially when going up against Caitlin Clark. The implication was clear. Her brand only resonates when Clark is in the picture. That's a harsh truth. Rather than positioning Reese as a standalone star, Reebok appeared to be leaning into the very comparison she's been trying to outrun, strategizing how to make her matter by orbiting the player who already does it. Was a behind-the-scenes revelation that shattered any illusion of independence. This wasn't about building Angel Reese, it was about attaching her to the momentum Caitlin Clark already commands. And by the time Sunday night rolled around, with the All-Star festivities behind her, Reese took to social media with a cryptic message. "This was the most fun I've had in a while because of the players. Shout out to y'all." Back to the regularly scheduled program, the Alcap's emphasis on players felt like a subtle shot not at the game, but at the Indianapolis fans, who had, ironically, shown her nothing but respect all weekend. It was a strange tone to strike after a weekend that had clearly fallen short of her expectations.
And look, I don't know what the Reese was thinking. She wanted her shoe that just came out a couple months ago that cost $1,000. Now look, I'm all for athletes getting their shoe, getting the shoe deal, having their design, specified, perfect shoe that significant to them and to other fans. But $1,000 for a shoe, I love you. I really do. But you definitely been on some shit. Like lately. I'm not going to lie to you. You have. But $1,000, no.
By that point, the fallout was impossible to ignore. Angel Reese had tried to turn All-Star Weekend into a personal billboard counting on sky-high viewership and Caitlin Clark's spotlight to supercharge her shoe launch. But instead of a breakout moment, she ran headfirst into reality. Ratings plummeted, fan energy waned, and her aggressive "I'm in your city" campaign came off less like a statement of dominance and more like a plea for attention. This wasn't just a failed marketing play, it was a clear demonstration of how deeply some still misunderstand what true influence actually looks like. Caitlin Clark doesn't draw millions because she's brilliantly marketed. She's brilliantly marketed because she draws millions. The cause and effect are reversed from how Reese seems to view them. When Clark fills arenas, it's not due to ad campaigns, it's because people are already showing up for her. When her shoes vanish within minutes, it's not about promo tactics, it's because fans are emotionally invested in her rise. Reese's All-Star strategy proved she misunderstood the assignment. She tried to manufacture Clark-level demand with flashy billboards, catchy slogans, and strategic timing in Clark's own city. But star power isn't something you borrow or broadcast, it's something you build. It's earned through performance, honed with consistency, and grounded in authenticity. Reese went for the end result without laying the groundwork, and it showed. Her campaign didn't just fall flat, it exposed the glaring difference between chasing the spotlight and being the reason it exists.
She is so bad that when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed to face off against each other the other week, the ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly just missing every shot that you take.
The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game won't be remembered for Angel Reese's sneakers or her towering billboards. It'll be remembered as a case study in what happens when a league loses its centerpiece, even for a moment. A 36% drop in ratings, plummeting ticket demand, and a crowd that simply didn't care. All signs pointed to one undeniable truth. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, she's the star. And when she's not on the floor, the entire product feels hollow, period. For Angel Reese, this weekend delivered a harsh but necessary reality check. Trying to launch your brand by orbiting Clark's spotlight doesn't just fall flat, it's transparent. Fans can tell the difference between earned admiration and forced hype. And in today's game, authenticity is currency. The viewership proves it. The empty seats confirm it. The energy in the building, or lack thereof, says it louder than words. This All-Star weekend made one thing crystal clear. The WNBA's momentum, its narrative, and its future all run through Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese might have potential, but she isn't Clark. And pretending otherwise only highlights the gap. You don't win over fans by imitating what they already love. And you definitely don't claim a city that never belonged to you in the first place. Drop a comment, baby goat or baby giraffe. If you're riding with CC, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on screen, and we'll see you in the next one.